Hi and welcome to the channel. You're looking for a budget-friendly CNC mill with a small footprint? Well, I have a machine here that fits into both categories. The Genmitsu CubiKo. But is it really a CNC machine that means business, or is it just a toy? Let's find out. Genmitsu sent me the CubiKo for a test, and I'm absolutely free in what I'm doing here. But I think that I should establish two restrictions here. And this is just to meet the idea of that machine. This is something I have to explain you beforehand so that you know why I'm testing in the way I do. First, it is a very small machine, fully enclosed, without any dust separation. So I think it is meant to work in an office or in a very small apartment. It fits into every shelf. So I took it to my office for the test, just to see how it is with the dust and how it is with the noise. Can you survive next to this machine? So this is the first condition I made here for the first part of the test. The second thing is I asked Genmitsu what kind of software they recommend, and they recommended to me Easel. Easel has a free version and a pro version that you can purchase, but if you buy Easel, over the next 2 years, it costs more than the machine. So I think that's not budget friendly. And the free version, I had trouble connecting my computer with Easel to this machine. I couldn't do it. I do not know why. I found every kind of support in Easel for every kind of Genmitsu machine, but the CubiKo. So I skipped Easel and I used a very common way. I used 3 different softwares to establish everything that I want. And this is the way that you can use for every other CNC machine that you might come across. So if you use my way here, it is absolutely possible to fire up every other CNC machine. Okay, and then the third part of the video, or the last part of the video, I tuned up the machine. Genmitsu sells different products to get it to the next level, and this is what I did here as well, to see if this is a kind of machine for you even for the future. This is what I did here so far, or what I want to say before we jump to the test, and now I show you what I did and how the machine performed.
Before we finally start carving, let's have a quick look at the technical data. So we have a work area of 110 by 150 by 40 millimeters, and we have a 75 watt spindle with 10,000 RPMs here. The spindle has a ER11 collet type, so that you can fit in 1/8 of an inch standard shaft bits. And the machine comes with a lot of accessories, so you have the first bits here, you have some stuff for clamping and some tools. And finally, the outside dimensions. As I mentioned, it is a very small machine. So you have here 300 by 335 by 320 millimeters, and that makes it possible to bring it in every kind of shop or office. Software-wise, I don't want to give you a full tutorial of every software I used here. I just want to show you the way that works with most CNC mills. So first you need a vector graphic. I used Inkscape here, but there are tons of different solutions out there. If you have the vector graphics, then you put that into STLCam. And STLCam is a very good, very intuitive program. With STLCam you can tell the router then where to go. Is it inside the line? Is it on the outside? Is it a pocket that should be carved out, and how deep? And STLCam will create a G-code from that. And if you have the G-code, almost everything is done, then you can put that into G-Sender. G-Sender is a very fine piece of software. So it shows you your part, it shows you the paths that your router will go, and it shows you the position where the machine thinks it is. So you can move the router, you can actually move the machine and zero it on the part where you want to start and all that. So it is a very, very nice piece of equipment. And during the carving process, you can influence the speed. You can just influence it while it's on the move. The thing is, I really tried to position here the router with the machine itself. It has this little display in front. Yes, you can do it, but I found it very cumbersome to move with all this going forth and back, and yeah, it wasn't very nice with the machine itself. But G-Sender helps you a lot. You can do it with the display, don't get me wrong, but it is far more complicated than with a connected computer. Alright, so I prepared everything here, and now I give you a sound impression of the router, and then I let you watch a little bit the router work and how it works with the software together. I repeated the process with two different materials. I used plywood and normal pine, but the most dust I had with MDF, so this is the reason I wanted to show you what happened without any dust extraction, and it works. So it stays everything in there and it is okay. Sound-wise, the microphone of the camera was directed directly to the machine, so I think it's okay as an impression, but really you can survive in that office. It's okay, you can talk to somebody in the same office, and it's really okay. No complaints there. So it works for office spaces, dust-wise and sound-wise. As it was very promising, you see me here making a project. I used a kind of rubber pad that is used to making stamps. So for little projects, engravings and stuff like that, it's a very, very nice material. And you see that this works. It is much quieter. It is not that dusty. You have shavings, but they are really easy to clean. You see here two results of that project, because this was a second attempt and all I changed was the cutting speed. So here is a lot of stuff to learn, and this is the beauty of such a machine. You can try, and we are not diving into the world of different router bits like upcut, downcut and spiral and whatever it is. So for every material you can test it very easy with such a machine. At the beginning of the project, I was very suspicious if a CNC router without any dust collection can work. And yes, it works. It works perfectly fine. It's alright to keep the shavings inside. The amount of dust you're producing is very limited. So it's alright to keep it there and clean up afterwards. But if you think about being more gentle to the machine, or you're going into the direction of material with sharp shavings or sharp geometry of dust, like metal pieces on PCB or even other soft metals, you kind of ruin your machine over time, because these shavings, they will build up and they wear out your mechanics in the machine more than necessary. As I have a CNC, I thought about building my own dust extraction. But then I was on the website and a dust extraction costs $15. So if I buy the material for that and do it myself, it's most probably more expensive than this. And as I was there, I ordered also the bigger spindle with 20,000 RPMs. And this is what I installed here. I spare you the sound check here, because this is not office friendly anymore. It is loud as hell. Yeah, now you have a shop machine. But you can also do not use the dust extraction and you can install the hood again, so it is a bit quieter. But really the 20,000 RPM spindle is really loud. With that upgrades you have more possibilities, so you can work faster, you have more power there, more RPM, cleaner cuts, and you can work with different materials and get rid of the dust. So it gives you more options. I recommend the upgrades, but if you really tied to a very quiet work area, then don't buy the bigger spindle, but buy the dust extraction so that you can really be gentle to your machine if you have the possibility.
Alright, after all these days of testing, what are the findings, what are the results? So first of all, I have to say it is a full-blown CNC machine. Full stop. You need the software, there's no shortcut. It is a full-fledged CNC machine with everything. It is flexible, it is small, it is quiet. So yeah, it is a valid option for those of you who want to get started with CNC milling, or if you are very tight in budget or space, that is also a valid option. If you have a kind of educational thing like a school, this is a valid option. And the huge plus, it is budget friendly for all the stuff that comes if you buy a machine. You know, buying a machine is just half the story. You need the tools, the accessories like dust shoe, other spindles, bits. So, and this can sum up over time. And this one is a very, very budget friendly option. I like the machine, I like it a lot. The only thing that I would like to have improved is this control unit. But the control unit gives you the option to use the machine standalone. You can put files in here and the machine can work without any connections to a computer or Wi-Fi network or stuff like that. So it is a valid option, but it is very complicated and cumbersome in how to move things there. Could be better, but the rest, pretty awesome machine, really. I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and share, like, subscribe. You know all that. I hope I see you next time around here, guys. Happy crafting.